Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Centered Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. Please help me welcome my wonderful co-host, Val of Dragonfly Crystals and Next Level Channeler. And welcome to Messages for Lightworkers, episode 128. 128.
You know, 128, you know what that adds up to?
11.
Yes, hello, the master number 11.
Yes, absolutely. I've got a lot of wonderful things that I hope are going to be happening during this show and the day and all that. And anyway, I'm really pumped up.
Yeah, you ought to be pumped up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just quickly want to say hello to Janet P, Debbie Smith, Chris Cassidy, Patrick Duncan, Kay Muldoon, and anyone else who is out there just lurking. You're allowed.
Yes, and I would have said hi to all of you with my chat, but I am Marina because I'm a co-host. So hi, everyone.
Hi.
If I typed, it'll be Marina typing. So
yes. Yeah. And Linda Middle and Innocent Potato. Hello.
Hello.
And Innocent Potato says that she decided to have tacos on June 14th.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yes.
Well,
tacos.
Yeah. And you heard what taco stands for, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay. This was something that the financial sectors or some of the financial sectors came up with as a way to refer to the guy in charge. Okay. And it stands for Trump always chickens out.
Oh,
Trump always chickens
you
out.
know, this is very clever.
Yes. So I mentioned to someone who said that, yeah, they were going to be having tacos on that day. Yeah. I said, well, you know what? Not only tacos, but make sure that you have a big sign that is in support of Barack Obama.
Yes.
Because you know that is going to push someone over the edge.
It does push the one because that's his trigger. That is one of the biggest triggers I've ever seen in a human being.
Oh yeah, he lives in Obama's brain.
Yes, he really does. It's just showing you the power of what focusing on something can do. And really, do you all want to give your power away by focusing on things that aren't going forward in a good way for you? No.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And hello, Jeanette Shepherd. She says, I'm a Canadian raised girl now in Tennessee.
Oh.
That's all right.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're more than allowed here. And Red Dragon and UCC Steve and Janet Covington, who says, thank you for allowing me to lurk. Lurk away. Lurk away. Yeah, that is perfectly acceptable. Becky Stone, hello. And Debbie Smith.
I like that, Debbie Smith.
Yeah, I made one up. Babette, build America back after Trump. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And we don't generally talk about these things. Well, I'll be going into it a little deeper tomorrow with Allie. But apparently it came out today that Stephen Miller's wife left him for Elon Musk.
No. Say it isn't so. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. Well.
Amazing.
Strange bedfellows.
Exactly. Yeah. Mila Nord, hello. Danielle Martin, thank you for being here. So yes, business out of the way. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel and to Val's channel. And the details are in the description of the video, so you can just click on it and subscribe. One of the things that I discovered yesterday, I received one of one of the analytics or whatever that I get every once in a while, and I just kind of glanced over it. 33% of the people who come back to my channel over and over and over again are not subscribed.
Look at that.
That one third. So
if you want this show and Marina's channel out in the algorithms further to broaden the audience of all the people that really need to hear these words that we speak and the words that Marina speaks on all of her shows, subscribe.
Yeah, it doesn't cost anything. And believe me, I do not inundate any of my subscribers with any advertising, emailed, whatnot. No, don't do that. And then after you subscribe, go into the section that has the 3 little dots, and it says more, and then scroll down and go visit my website, marinasheartcentertarot.com. Take a look at the things that are on offer there. I offer classes. I offered private readings, and you can go half an hour, you can go an hour. They are very the readings are very comfortable, and it's hard for me to say, they're good. But honestly, if you read the reviews of people who have had readings, they're really, really positive. So I'm glad that I'm able to contribute to someone else's growth, information, and so on.
They are very positive. Very positive.
And then do the same thing on Val's channel as well. And go to Val's dragonflycrystals.store and see what she's got on offer between the classes and different things. And how is it going with your private collaboration with Arthur?
There's still, believe it or not, there's still a few openings. For the Val and Arthur live Zoom event. Only 10 people are going to come in. It is $60, but you get 10 minutes of pure channeling, and every question that you want to have answers on, we will channel for you right then and there. So that's a really concentrated long period of time that you will get. So the energy of being together in that kind of an environment creates, all the guides and angels come in, these higher dimensional beings. There's a lot of shifting that happens as you are sitting there, and everyone's getting their readings, and it's only 10 people. So it's a very small group.
Yes, exactly.
Because before we had a larger group and it took us 2 hours. So we really narrowed it down, and you can go to dragonflycrystals.store for that. And Marina, thank you for mentioning that, because it's really a special event. And $60 really does tie to how much we ask for an hour's reading. We narrow it down to that, and you're getting both of us, and it's really a powerful thing. We've had people give us comments on that. So it is.
And thank you, Tea Garden Chicken, who says that the readings are good. That she can say that because she has received a reading, and she also said Val's readings are good too. So there.
Thank you.
You won't go wrong. Honestly, you won't go wrong. If you're open to receiving messages, some of these can be life-changing.
They really can. And sometimes you don't get the answer you think you're going to get, or the topic that they want you to know about. Maybe, not exactly where you thought you were headed, but it's what you need to hear.
Exactly. And hello, Amanda Carroll, who has just joined us. Thank you. All right. So what are we going to talk about? Well, I will ask. Oh, hello, Don Turner. And Win 19 says she had a reading with Marina a couple of years ago, and it was right on. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's very
Thank
sweet.
you. And Kay Muldoon. Ah, wonderful. Yeah. You guys, thank you. It is always a little challenging to kind of pat yourself on the back,
Yeah, it's kind of,
you
but
know?
I have to say, Marina's very accurate, and I'm still having things that are playing out in that reading. So these are things she gives you a long window that things are going to be changing, shifting, and happening. And a lot of it has come true already. So just so you all know, it's very powerful and very insightful. And it helps you see the direction that you're going in. Is that the direction you want to go in?
Yes.
So that you can make choices.
Yes,
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And before we get into the messages for Lightworkers today, hello, Suzanne. Nice to see you. Hello, Sylvia. Thank you for being here. This evening at 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, come back to the channel. Val is going to join me, and we are going to welcome Trish James, the fabulous creator of several Oracle decks, including the Predictions deck. And her decks are they are very easy to work with. They are they're very, very informative. And I'm hoping that when she joins us, I want us to learn as much about her as we possibly can.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
How did she start this? What's her process? And what's kind of behind the cards? And I think when you have an opportunity to talk to the creator, they can fill you in on, okay, yeah, I did this because blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, some of the cards that you looked at and you went, I don't know what that is. They make sense, right?
That's right. That's right. Plus, she's a powerhouse, and it'll be fun to be in that energy. So,
absolutely.
Let's just all fangirl.
Yes, very much so. Yeah. So, hello, Elizabeth and Emily Ito. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. And I was telling Val before the show that I had last week I had ordered a couple more of Trisha's decks. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be lovely if they arrived before the show? They arrived today. I didn't think they would, but they arrived today. So
and mine are supposed to come too. So that's like the universe is really supporting us and Trish. So this is going to work out.
Absolutely. So yes, I got the investigations deck and the Trish James signature deck. I can't wait to start using them to, do my little cleansing around the cards and so on. But fabulous. So, and hello, Teacher Barbara, Old Silver. Nice to see you here. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, again, I've been, the last 2 weeks have been Oracle deck overload at my house. Because, I found some that were very interesting that were on sale at Indigo. Had to buy them. They were on sale. And then the Hay House, the quarterly, I guess, subscription decks, or I can't remember what they call it. Yeah. That box came in with 3 decks.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So it's like deck overload. I'm going to have to rearrange everything.
And you know what I did yesterday? What? I couldn't help it. They were, there they were. I know it was Temu, but all these decks that you want, they were all there. And, I got 14 decks. I'm sorry. But do I have any place for them? No.
I'll find space.
I mean, 14. Do you know how many days it'll take me to prepare them and get ready?
I do know. I
Like
do know.
for the
Yeah.
year.
And Dawn says, yeah, you buy decks like some women buy shoes.
Yeah.
Yes. Shoes used to be a passion when I was working, but I'm no longer working. I have been retired for quite some time. So I don't need to, get up in the morning and get all dressed. And besides, my old body can't handle the lovely shoes with the high heels that I used to run
Not
in.
anymore. No.
So, yeah. So Dex has become the drug of choice now.
Yes, and I think that's a wise switch.
Yes,
And,
absolutely.
I have nowhere near your shoe collection. Mine is very, very narrow, and I have to, but I am adding those 14.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And Elizabeth says, well, now I feel a little better after buying Lena Rodriguez's book and deck and Ellie Down Under book.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
The Tarot Well Done book is exceptional in terms of explaining the tarot. So if you're a beginner, or you're thinking that you might want to delve into the tarot, I highly recommend the book, and you can get it on Amazon. So there we go.
Yes.
But today I decided that one of the decks that I got from Hay House, and I don't know if this is out in the public yet, is Sisterhood of the Seers Oracle.
Ooh.
And it's by Athena Laz. And this was the one that spoke to me and said, you need to pick from here. And so I did. And before I show you the cards that I got, I'm going to let Val tell you the message that she got.
Because it all winds together, as they always do.
As they always do, yes.
So I tuned into my guides and angels that watch over this show and created it, really brought us together. And they said the word, this show is going to be about transcendence. I go, oh my gosh, that's a big topic. But they really said, transcending through third dimension, which is the fear and the illusion. And basically, what is that? That's 3D consciousness, separation, fear, linear time, attachment to ego, cause and effect, which is karma. That's 3D consciousness right there. Those bullet points. What does it mean to transcend that? Unity consciousness, presence in the now, love over fear, intuition and inner guidance, non-attachment, which is observation mode, compassion and empathy. Okay, so what are the steps that support that shift? Observe without attachment, heal the wounds of separation, that's your shadow, choose love over fear, practice presence, being in the moment, live from the heart, that heart-mind coherence, trust your soul's path. So you let go of the rigid plans and ideas and holding on to things. Trust the path. Just trust it. Connect with your higher self. Listen inward. Journal, guided meditation, Akashic record, dream work, whatever that may be. And so what does it actually look when you transcend? What will it look like? We all go, well, what will it feel like? Yeah. You will no longer be having the need to be right. You prefer peace. You forgive naturally without needing to revisit the pain. You hold space for others' pain without trying to fix or absorb it. Yep. Synchronicities guide your choices more than logic alone. You experience time as fluid, sometimes fast, sometimes still. I mean, time is warping like that. You feel connected to nature, animals, even strangers, so you feel that unity. You feel light, free, and less entangled in drama or need for control. And finally, you create from inspiration, not obligation.
Yes.
So those are just some powerful words that I found that really encapsulate what that means. And the cards that I just got from the activation oracle deck. Let's get this up here. This activations is, and I love it, empowerment. Of course, that's what that is. It's about your empowerment. The frequency supports our ability to show up fully and completely who we really are, uniting with others in the deep trust that we are connected and are the same source. That's everything. What we were just talking about. That is transcendence.
Yes.
An authority. So this reminds us that true authority is powerful. What is that authority? I say it's your standing in your sovereignty of who you are. Directed and yet realized, receptive, wise, and loving. That is you standing in your sovereignty of who you are. That's transcendence. Realization.
Mm-hmm.
So this is really about the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth. What is authentically your truth, as well as external processes of becoming our highest expression in this world. So here on earth, we do have those external things. They all coalesce to create our feeling of being aware and awake and alive. And heart coherence. This heart chakra, this heart-mind coherence is key to everything, because the heart is the holy grail to that gateway to all that is, the galactic universe, the multiverse. So you can't get there through your mind, folks.
Yes.
It's through your heart. It's through your heart. The green flower of life supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. Its healing properties harmonize the mind and body. So that's just it. Harmonizing the mind with the heart. Because what happens is, if we're just in our mind and then we go to our shadow side and we're feeling sorry for ourselves, or we're feeling like we're angry at other people, or whatever that is happening in life and that we don't take responsibility for, this creates that division between who we really are. We're not the 3D illusion. It's just telling us we need to open up and love ourselves more. When we say ourselves, we mean everyone, because you are everyone. So it's you can just narrow it down. Somebody didn't do something to you. You signed up for the experience with that person to come forward and deliver XYZ to you in this timing. And even though that goes, no, I want them to hurt and take responsibility. No, that's 3D. You really have a contractual agreement for it. It didn't just happen. It isn't just an accident or whatever. No, it's planned. It's timed. It's there for your instruction. It's there for your advancement and understanding of for your soul's light.
Lessons are there not to punish you, but to help you move ahead.
Yes.
If you see it as a punishment, it's not going to feel good. If you see it as, okay, well, that was rather unpleasant. I really didn't enjoy that conversation and what that person had to say. But rather than be angry, say, okay, well, I'm angry. Why? What was it that they said that triggered something in me to make me feel this way? Yeah. And you usually find that when you dig deeper and dig deeper, it's something that you think about yourself. It's a concept that you might have that has, outlived its usefulness. Mm-hmm. It's time to it's time to review things, right? We do that once a year, where most people will go through the cupboards, through their closet, through whatever, and say, okay, No matter how much I love this outfit, I haven't worn it in 9 years, and chances are I'm not going to wear it. So, appreciate the fact that you loved it and all the good times you had when you wore that outfit. But now it's time to pass it on. Now it's time to let go.
Exactly.
So, pulling from the Sisterhood of the Seers, and this amazing how this resonates with what Val said and what she got was, I start off with build a strong foundation. The next card that I got was your big dream. And I thought, all right, okay. So if you're going to dream big. Don't put limitations on yourself. Don't put limitations on the universe. Don't worry about, how something is going to be delivered to you.
Exactly.
Put your order in. Sit back. It's on its way.
It's on its way.
Your job to figure that out. So, dream big, and why not? And you can do that when you have that strong foundation. When you've got a good idea of where it is that you come from, what it is that you bring to the conversation. When you have that strong sense of self, and it doesn't mean that you need to be. It doesn't equate to selfishness. It just equates to, I know myself.
That's exactly right. Exactly right.
Yeah, I know my good points, and I know my not so good points, and I've examined them. And you know what? Some of them, maybe there are days when I don't like it too much, but at least I know they're there. I'm not blind to it to say, oh no, that's not me.
Yeah.
If someone was to say, yeah, you haven't really cleaned the house in a couple days, are you lazy? Yes, I am.
And I second that
Yes.
because if you own something, it's nothing you fear. It's not something that's going to trigger you.
Yeah.
Think of that. That is a very powerful thing. When you own something that is your shadow side kind of thing, it is not something you're going to be triggered by when somebody points it out. Oh, yeah.
Yes, you're right. I am.
So you just took the wind out of the sails of that whole conversation by owning it and saying, well, thank you for noticing.
Yes. The next card that I got out was activate appreciation.
Oh, yeah.
And this one is, it really, really is important, because activating appreciation means to be present, to observe the things around you that you may not normally pay attention to. And each and every one of us has done this more than once, and we're going to do it more than once. And that is kind of, we are on our way to, to go get groceries, and you get in the car and you drive there, and you're in the parking lot. And sometimes you think, no, I didn't go through a red light. I know I'm here because I can tell physically I'm here, but sometimes we forget the route that we took, or the things that we observed that we should have paid attention to that we didn't. So being present, and practicing appreciation means you need to be present so that you can observe what is around you. And when you can observe what is around you, you can silently or even out loud say it. I appreciate that the weather has been great over the last couple of days. I appreciate that I have a home that I feel safe in. I appreciate the people that I encountered today. And it just, you start off small, and then it just grows and grows and grows. And the last card that I got was abundance, and prosperity. And it just goes so well with the cards that I pull because, yeah, when when you know who you are, when you're able to trust in the universe, when you're able to examine things that are going on in your life, or the, things, patterns that you keep repeating, and you say that no longer serves me, and you release it. When you practice appreciation, that brings in that abundance and prosperity, whether it's financial, spiritual, physical. It brings it in because now you've made room.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like you pack a suitcase, you're going on a trip. So you pack the suitcase. One of the things that I do after the suitcase is packed, I take everything out and it's like, all right, let's try this again.
No.
I put this in. Why did I put this in? Where do I think I'm going to wear this? Why do I think I need to do that? And more often than not, I can go from a suitcase to a carry-on.
Absolutely.
Right?
100%.
So,
yeah.
Just release that, let that go, and we can practice the steps necessary to get us to that transcendent level where we can see other people as being extensions of ourselves rather than viewing them as the other.
Yeah.
Right? They don't look like me. They don't eat the same food that I do. Well, maybe you might want to go up and say, that looks interesting. What have you got there? Oh, well, it's called blah, blah, blah. I think I'd like to try that. Right? Take a chance. Know that
you go ahead, Marina. You go ahead and go up to that person. I am the introvert going, oh, I'm that person's me. Okay, good. Go to the next.
Yeah. I've acknowledged it. I'm done.
Marina's like, she's going to make best friends with everyone.
Yeah. Well, years of sales.
Years of sales.
Have taught me nothing ventured, nothing gained.
And that is a good philosophy, actually.
Yeah.
And it does broaden your horizons for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And hello, Brina41 and Julie Moon and Wild Raven Tarot. Hello.
That's a cute name.
Kimberly Knous, UK. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for joining us. I'm thrilled. Dawn Turner.
That's right. That's what I was trying to say. She can make friends anywhere. It's like she's going to turn them all into her best friends.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. You are going to love me. Trust me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And like when the last Shine Your Light event that we had, and when Sheila, Celtic Tarot, Sheila was on, yeah, she said, look, you're going to like me. I'm delicious.
Exactly, right? Because
yes.
I mean, that's, that is the truth. So, we have to be our cheerleaders, just in case nobody else is there right there to say it. Absolutely feel free to give yourself the pats on the back, the cheerleader squad clap, yell whatever you want because you deserve it. And you deserve that appreciation from yourself. Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
Do not hold back with that.
Yeah. And Amanda Carroll says, we would have a great time put on the town Marina. I talk to everyone. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
It doesn't it doesn't cost anything to smile at someone.
I'm like a monk in silence.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, deliciousness donuts on Sunday. There might, maybe. You never know. You never know, Don. Book has joined us. Hello, sweetheart. I haven't seen you in quite a while. I hope you're doing okay. Sending you lots of light and love and and hope that you're doing okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, yes, Allie says, love my hermit mode too. Absolutely. There,
I mean, you get, even if you're outgoing, there are times when
yes,
you pull back a little, and even as a more reclusive, kind of reserved soul, I am out there too on occasion,
yes,
chit-chatting, albeit not that often, because it's not my normal, kind of thing. But yeah.
yeah. No, absolutely. I do have my moments
Yeah.
where, I can get up in the morning, and depending on what I have planned, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
today is going to be a lay in bed, drink tea,
Yes.
read a book, or
Yes.
binge watch some
Yeah.
comedies.
Yeah.
And
That's your
yeah,
downtime. That's your
yeah,
regeneration, your rejuvenation,
yes,
filling the cup up. Yeah.
yes, yeah,
And yeah.
exactly. Yeah. And Brina says, I have to recharge my battery after I talk with
Yeah, so do
people.
I,
Yes.
Brina. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
when you're really, you know,
Yes.
yeah, you're not an outgoing kind of personality. You really do take a lot of your own energy to be in a public situation talking to people. You actually use your own energy up and don't recharge like the outgoing people are recharging from that energy, and it feels good. But we get, by the end of the day, we need to go to our quiet space, and that's just how it is. Although I have to tell you, I said to the universe one day, I said, make me more of an outgoing person. I didn't say it quite like that, but I said I would like to let go of the um, being that reclusive, introverted kind of personality type. I wasn't that introverted. I always had a bunch of friends, but
Yeah.
introverted enough to have to recharge my battery. Well, it did switch. Now, when I do shows and I do 3 or 4 different things and I'm doing a reading, I am not drained at the end of the day. And
Mhm.
I used to be drained at the end of the day. So it did work, me saying to the
Yes.
universe, I asked for it, and it happened. So
Yeah.
it is, you can switch how you recharge, and you don't, it really is true. So now when I'm done with the show, I feel good, or I feel even more energized. So
Yes.
it is kind of like the earth is, shifting on its axis. Well, that's me shifting on my
Yeah.
axis.
Yes, absolutely. And if you every once in a while, it does not harm us to step out of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
To try something that, maybe we're a little apprehensive to try, or
Mhm.
however that presents in your
Mhm.
life.
Yeah.
Be willing to take those small steps to just kind of challenge
It does.
yourself,
And
right?
yeah, and Wildflower Wind says maybe you just adjusted. Well, there
Yes.
is truth in that, but then that is me saying to the universe, when I get done with this show, I'm not using my own energy up inside the show. I'm just vibing and breathing and sitting there enjoying the show in every moment. So then, it's divine source coming through, it's whatever's coming through. And who gets tired from that? You don't get tired, you get
No.
rejuvenated from that.
Exactly. That's one of the reasons that I love doing the Shine Your Light event so much, is because,
Example.
yeah, I'm picking up on everybody else's energy, and oh man, I feel like I could run a marathon.
Good example of what I'm talking about. And that would be my difference between an introvert going and sitting there and trying to, I've got to think a conversation, and I got to sit here and, I'm up next to talk, and instead of being in that beautiful flow. And over time, you do get more relaxed when you do a show over and over, and you're not in any kind of angst over any of it. It's a normal thing. So it is true. Yeah.
Exactly. And yes, Wildflower Wind. Yeah. She says, plus, I think you love what you do. Absolutely.
Plus that helps, of course.
Absolutely.
You can definitely relax into and enjoy something that you love doing. And it should always make you feel energized from it or feel good. Yeah.
Exactly. So the concept of building that strong foundation, looking for that transcendence and whatnot. Think of it as this is an adventure.
Yeah.
This is an adventure. You have a lot of choices. Are you going to go hiking? Are you going to hop on a motorbike? What is it that you're going to do? But it's an adventure. And so you want to approach things with excitement.
Yes.
And tell yourself how successful it's going to be before you even get out there.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, you definitely want to set yourself up. Do you know what I used to do before I'd go on vacation? And I haven't done it in a while, although I did it a little bit for my trip to the UK. And what I would do is I would sit down and plan out my intention for the trip. And I would decide what energies I was going to receive and what the trip was around. So it's a full intention for a trip, for an event, for whatever you're doing, setting an intention. Even when you go and you say to your angels, I request a most benevolent outcome for an easy and safe drive to and from Starbucks and the parking space up front, or whatever you want to say. You are setting an intention for that, however that may be. Even if you just say, guides and angels, I need a parking space, blah, 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 da, da, da. And you're setting that intention. So if you use intentionality for everything, even stirring your coffee in the morning, put the intention in it that you're going to have a fabulous day and everything you want to get accomplished gets accomplished, and everything that you want to put in there for the day. If you add that kind of intentionality to even brushing your teeth, whatever you're doing, you are going to be present. You are going to create synergy and a movement forward. For every event you're putting this intention forward for, it's going to make a huge difference. And you're going to go, wow.
Exactly.
You won't maybe necessarily tie it to those things, but it will be creating huge movement by those intentions.
Yeah. And I think if I remember, and please correct me on this if I'm not, but I think it was during last week's show that I had said, look, spend the next 7 days.
Yes, you
did. By saying, setting that good intention and so on. 7 days are going to come and go regardless.
How synchronistic is it that I even brought up intention like that? And you were just saying it. Thank you for reminding us how this intention must be really important for you all to think about, because the guides brought it through 2 times, through Marina and me.
Yes.
To remind us about how powerful it is to set an intention for something.
Exactly. And Wildflower says, I have an intention to eat an ice cream bar.
Oh, baby, come over here.
Yes.
An ice cream.
Yes.
That's another one for me.
And Edward Kenneth says, oh, Val, the chant is Gladys, Gladys, full of grace. Help me find a parking space.
Oh, very nice. That'll work. I mean,
however it works for you,
however it works
perfect for you.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. But I think that's cute. It's cute to remind you and it rhymes. It's so adorable.
Exactly.
So all those things. Think about all those things that you can set intentions for and bring forward that energy in an amazing way, including me saying to the universe, I'd like to reverse this kind of feeling of being drained from different shows and whatnot. And it happened. I'm never drained from any show, and I feel really good. But at the same time, I'm channeling in. I'm channeling in. I'm breathing. I'm channeling in. So It's a whole different
And
thing.
that's standing in your sovereignty. That's standing
Yeah,
in your grace, so that whatever is going on around you, you're present, you're observing, but you don't
yeah,
have to take it in,
exactly.
right?
You know,
So
and I have to say, in high school, let me just give you you know, a juxtaposition. When I was in high school, I would not. I mean, I would not say anything. I would never stand up on stage and do a drama production or something like that. That just was way out of my comfort zone. And if you told me I would be doing this today and I'd be comfortable and be speaking to all of you, I would be like, what? That would just, I would be so scared that my voice would be shaking. That would be, that's how much I've changed from that time to now. But of
exactly.
course, growing up and becoming an adult, and living through the experiences of life, it gives you that sense of peace, inner peace, and tranquility, and the ability to really share whatever
Yes.
you've got. Yeah.
Yeah. And along with that, don't forget when you send out those positive intentions, not only do they come back to you, but they come back to other people that you may never know that you've had an impact on, right?
Exactly.
Someone
Yes.
could see you walking in a shopping mall and you're
Glowing, and you're
you're radiating something.
radiating.
Yes.
And they just don't know, what did she eat today? No,
Yeah.
they don't know. Wow, there's something about this person. They're just, and
You
that
make them feel good. When
you,
they can look at you, they can smile, they can acknowledge you, and yeah, they go away feeling better.
and even beyond that, there is an energy you exude that is on so many different levels, that you're touching people's energy fields and shifting them. It's just going to happen. Not only just raising their vibration, but actually shifting their DNA. There's so much going on. You share information packets, we'll call it that, codes of light through your field, touching other people. So yeah, there's a lot going on.
Absolutely. Yeah. And absolutely, Bobby. Yeah. I was terrified when I started my channel. What if no one tuned in? Spoiler, they did.
I love that. I love your picture. I love your channel logo. That is just adorable.
Absolutely.
That is so cute.
Well, and I had very much the same mindset that, you know what? I realize I'm not everyone's cup of tea. That's okay. That's okay. Those that need to hear my message will hear my message. Those that I'm not going to resonate with, I don't need to worry about, because I would never resonate with them anyway. So it's not like, they're not subscribing to my channel. Not if we're not resonating. It's like anything else, right?
It's exactly
have to have a conversation, that back and forth, even if it's only energetically.
Absolutely. And everyone has an audience, a group of people that they are meant to touch in their lifetime, whether it's around the world or just, however big the audience is that they reach. It doesn't matter, because that will go out in tremendous amounts of wave upon wave upon wave of energy, moving around the world and out into the multiverse. So it isn't just a small thing. One person rippling through makes millions and billions of changes all the way through. If we could only see it, that's what we would see. So there is nothing. Everything you do has an impact. Everything.
It's like dropping a pebble into a pond, in the middle of a pond, and just watching the rings as they get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. They don't start off huge and go in, they go out. So that's what your energy is doing, you're spreading your energy with others. They are picking up on it. They are internalizing it. they are growing from it without realizing,
Yeah.
that, oh, I have to thank that woman because I feel better.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
you feel better.
You
You
just
just
do.
feel better.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't even know why necessarily when you come across someone like that and
Yeah.
you may be sitting in the same room waiting for your car to get, the
Yes.
oil change for all you know. But suddenly you notice this glowing person next to you that's radiating so much unbelievable, beautiful energy. And maybe it's something that's so profound you notice it.
Yes.
And you just pay
Absolutely.
attention, but you don't know why. And then you leave and you feel good. You
Yeah.
don't know why.
Thank you, Allie. Allie says she loves my sassiness.
Well, that's why we have Marina. Now you found out the secret. She is for our sassy. She's going to one-liner sassiness to you. If you, I mean,
Oh, yes. Yeah. And I'm very
she's our
proud.
secret weapon.
Yes. I'm very proud to say that my son has inherited that from me because, he could come up with those one-liners and just absolutely perfectly appropriate and so on. But
we always go to Marina. Marina, what was that you say?
yeah, yeah. And part of that sassiness and being, kind of being in your authentic self, being the standing in your sovereignty and all that good stuff, it allows you to face unpleasant or what could be viewed as unpleasant situations from a different place.
Yeah, for sure.
Such as, being asked by someone to do something and to say no.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. No.
And be okay with it.
They
Yeah.
have a class called No, so we can learn how to say no.
Yes, it is a
Because it doesn't.
yes.
We are like ingrained as females with the yes thing, and we don't understand how to say no. Not everyone, but all of us are getting there to say.
We are. And Dawn says, yeah, she has a pretty good sense of humor. Many people don't hear it because she is too quiet sometimes.
Yeah.
What? Me? Quiet? But yeah, sometimes it's just it's a lot more fun to be the observer, right? To just kind of watch what's going on.
It definitely can be, for sure.
Exactly. And no is a complete sentence.
No is a complete sentence. And I have never been able to just say no. No. I've always said, no, I don't have time on my schedule for that, or something like that. You really can just say no, especially if you don't want any comeback at any other time.
Yes.
No.
Just no. And it's amazing how people respond to that.
They probably will never call you again or talk to you again, but it's no means no.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, that's not a bad thing, because if they're asking you for things that are way out of your boundaries and comfort zone and encroaching on your time, the no is the appropriate response to that, for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's everything that we do, whether we realize it or not, is an exchange of energy.
Yes.
And there are going to be times when we encounter situations where maybe we give a little more than we receive.
Yeah.
Other times we will receive a little more than we give.
Yeah.
It's never just linear straight across. As long as at the end of the day, it balances out, it's okay. It's just those times when people get a little too used to to just taking.
Yes.
And they get to the point that they don't even consider
Mhm.
that, this might be either a burden on you or, something that you don't want to do or whatever. So instead, having that solid foundation,
Mhm.
right?
That's right.
Where you can simply say no without feeling guilty, without feeling the need to explain or any of that. Just no.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
And that's all you have to say. You don't have to
Yes.
say anymore.
No. No.
So
And
that,
you do it once or twice, and it's like all of a sudden, oh man, do you feel grounded and
firm in
almost
what you will allow and what you won't allow. You've just drawn
yes,
your boundaries quite strongly and
yes,
appropriately. And of course, you feel
yes,
more sovereign in your power because you've said, you know what? I'm not that. No.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. Those were some of those old tapes that play in the back of your head. You know, be nice. Don't call attention to yourself. Don't be combative. Don't be aggressive.
It's like
Um,
calling your power back, actually.
yes.
The power that you would have given away
Yeah.
because you didn't know, you couldn't say no. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's like you did the that song, This Little Light of Mine,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You can yes, you can put that barrel over top of your head and not let your light shine. Um, who is the person that ultimately misses out on the most? It's not the people around you who are saying, "Oh, look, she's got a bucket on her head." It's you because you're not able to witness all the good things that are happening around you.
Yeah, exactly. And,
Yes,
and
and
Garnet,
yes,
Garnet saying not out of vindictiveness or spite. Well, when somebody's asking you to do something that is, out of your, you don't have time for it and it's way out of your boathouse or it's not anything that you would do. It's encroaching upon your time and energy and inappropriate really for them to even be asking you for such a thing.
yes,
When you're saying no, it's not said with any emotion like that. It's just simply stating that no, you're not going to be
yeah,
doing X, Y, Z. Uh, some people think no is a negative thing. It isn't a negative thing. It's an indicator of whether or not you're going to allow yourself to do something. It's for you.
yes,
It's for
yes,
you.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Teresa, you're absolutely right. She says, when you stand in your powers, other can
Yeah.
sense it, and
Yeah.
they may finally feel allowed to stand in their power.
Yes,
Exactly.
you're mirroring that back. So the more I love that, Teresa, you're mirroring back the behaviors of someone who is aware and awake and awakening and in their sovereignty. And
Yes.
what better can you do? You're not here to fix anyone else, but you can mirror back the qualities of wholeness,
Yes.
what it feels like to be sovereign and to stand in your own power, your own energy, that divine energy that you are. And of course, it includes kindness and love and unity.
Yes.
It's kindness to yourself first. Thank you very much. This is what we don't get. That care and nurturing of ourselves is number one. And what do I say? Put the oxygen mask on yourself first,
Yes.
then tend to other people. This is you taking that time to give yourself everything you need because you do not want to go around with your glass half empty. You can't tend to anything in that way. You've got to feed.
Exactly. And no one else is going to come by and refill that glass for you. They can't. It's your glass.
Yes, exactly. It's exactly right. Yeah. So
thank you, Jason Vincent.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you all for loving words from the heart.
Yes.
You're more than welcome.
Thank you.
More than welcome. And we love sharing this time with you guys. So Yeah, we wouldn't be doing it if we didn't love it.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this is a good spot to end on. We are almost at the we are now at the 1 hour mark. So I will remind you all to, yes, don't forget, check your subscriptions. Make sure that you haven't been unsubscribed by the YouTube gods for whatever reason. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to both our channels. And the info is in the description of the video below. And then we'll see you at 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time when the lovely Trish James, creator of the predictions deck, as well as several other decks, is going to be joining Val and I. And yeah, we're gonna learn as much as we can from her.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. This is going to be fun.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you, and we will see you later. And Val, as always, I couldn't do this without you.
I couldn't do it without you.
There you go. Mutual Admiration Society meeting is now closed.
Yes, it is.
All right, everyone. See you later. Bye for now.